don't know if any of you are from like mixed backgrounds, a lot of conflict, especially when it comes to dating, right? Because like the Chinese part of me is always like, Sierra, you should find a nice Chinese boy to date. And the Japanese part of me is of course like, no, you should find a nice Japanese boy to date. And then the American part of me is like, I don't know, they're all yellow to me. Like just, just choose one.
Hey guys, my name is Sierra and I'm from ISAtv. I'm also an aspiring stand-up comedian, which is super fun. I'm currently in college, so it's a little bit difficult balancing school and being a comedian and social life. No, it's actually great. I love making people laugh and telling jokes, so it's all worth it.
Sorry, I've been rude. I've been up here for like, what? A minute already. Haven't even told you what kind of Asian I am.
So being an Asian American comedian is just not easy. It's kind of tough because there's not a lot of us out there. I'm going to start with a pretty simple question, I guess. So what are your favorite Asian American comedians?
What?
Shit. Now you put me on the spotlight. Oh, damn.
I go to shows and the audience and other comedians, they kind of group Asian American comedians all together because they think we're all just going to be the same, which is not new, but unfortunate. And I've actually been able to talk to, some other comedians, some other friends, and they've kind of felt the same way. They've really validated my thinking, and that feels really good. They've gone through some of the same struggles. So it got me thinking, ISAtv, can Asian Americans be funny? Are we even given the chance? Join me on this adventure as I find out.
The thing about comedy is you draw from real life. Right. You pull things from real life, and you are Asian, and you have experienced these things, and your parents do sometimes do ridiculous, crazy things that are funny and sometimes come off as stereotypical, but really are just your life and what you're drawing from. I think just keep doing it in a smart, tasteful way and expose people to that. And as long as it's funny, I don't think it should be off the table at all.
As someone who's currently working her way in the scene, I wanted to use this show to dive more into the topic of Asian Americans in comedy and to talk to people doing it whom I really respect.
I've always been the type of lady to go after what I want.
For today's episode, I got to meet up with the amazing director, writer, and stand-up comic Anna Akana. She's built an online following in the millions and has been a real inspiration for what it means to be funny in this new generation.
Hi, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you.
This is so come on into my
Take my shoes off.
Oh, thank you.
Can I just put my butt in it? Oh my god. Hey, so I'm here with Anna Akana in her place of home.
Yes, this is where I live.
This is amazing. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about like you and comedy. What was kind of that experience?
I started stand-up when I was 19 years old, and it'd been like 2 years since my little sister actually died, and I watched a stand-up special on Comedy Central, and that was like the only thing that made me laugh. And so I started writing in a notebook for like a month, and then I had someone booked me for an 8-minute show for my first. That's like a lot of time. It's so much time. I've never even done an open mic, and I didn't realize how bizarre that was.
8 minutes. Yeah. Do your best 8 minutes.
Here's 8 minutes, and I invited all my friends and all my family, and they all came out. So it was a great first show. And then I just kind of kept doing it. Got a lot of stage fright, so I actually ran away from it and did YouTube for 3 years. But now I'm back at it. I just really loved how alive it made me feel.
We get made fun of for being a certain way, and then it's you think, oh, Asian comedians, okay, they're gonna do something that's stereotypically Asian. It's not just, oh, it's comedy.
I noticed Asian American comics, when they go up on stage, everybody's like, oh, Asian jokes are gonna come, here we go again kind of thing. Whereas I feel as if when, I guess, black comics or white comics or any other ethnicity they're able to kind of joke about it and everybody kind of laughs with them and it's sort of okay and people are more used to that maybe. I don't know if you notice that too or and how you write based on that kind of.
Yeah, I've noticed more so on the internet the critique of an Asian comic making Asian jokes and how it's kind of thought of as a cheap shot, which is really odd because I feel out of all the races, Asians, it's okay for everyone to make fun of us because we're so non-threatening.
It gets hard. It gets really hard to delineate the line between what's making fun of and what's playful. Obviously, I think a general rule, whether it's real or not, is that any member of a suppressed or just any kind of minority group can make jokes about their own minority group. But as soon as people outside that minority group make those same jokes, it becomes inappropriate.
There's a rule in improv that I really, really love, and it's address what you see and then make it unexpected. So when I walk on stage, I know people expect me to tell Asian jokes. So I'm gonna tell those Asian jokes, but I'm gonna tell them from my perspective and in a different way. Like how I say, I love all the stereotypes about Asians because they work in my favor. No one ever asked me to take them to the airport. If they do, I'm just gonna drive really f***ing terrible, so no one ever asks me again. And the best part is, if that happens, like they just blame themselves because like they should have known, right?
I do love being an Asian woman. All the stereotypes work in my favor. For example, all my friends think that I'm bad at driving, so no one ever asks me to take them to the airport. And if they do, I just drive so recklessly they never ask me again. If that happens, they blame themselves. You know, they should have known.
So like I go on stage and I'll tell those types of jokes where it is the stereotype, but you're taking a different view on it. You're not necessarily making yourself the butt of a joke. You're taking the butt of the joke and like putting it back on everyone else.
If you're telling a joke and I'm sitting there and dissecting it about why it's not funny, why it's offensive, why it's racist, then that's just not a good joke. Yours like being racist, it's terribly unfunny, and you're calling yourself a comic, like get the off the stage.
I think as long as you're authentic and specific.
Specific, yes.
Like, as long as it's specific to your experience and not,
That's
know,
the word I
just
was looking for.
cheap laugh. Exactly, you're not painting with a white brush, you're just taking a new take on it.
So later that week, I had the chance to go watch Anna perform live at her regular comedy show at the prestigious Nerdmelt Comics. I ended my conversations with Anna being even more curious about stand-up comedy than when I started. I needed to learn more. Thanks everyone for watching this episode. I'm Sierra. You can find more of me online. Also, subscribe to ISAtv to get more episodes. And also, let us know what you think about today's topic in the comments. We want to hear it.
I'm a Korean variety show expert. I actually watch every day. I watch Korean variety shows. Every day? Every day. I don't watch any American shows.